Bengals beat down. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. This is really the story of this trip to Nashville. The Bengals losing today 27-3 to the Titans, and it was ugly. It was ugly, and it was more and more ugly. I'm James Rapien. Welcome in. Let's break it down. Let's start with the start, which the Bengals got off to a decent start, and they were able to drive downfield. They came up short of a touchdown, but they get the ball inside the 5-yard line, settle for a field goal, 21-yarder from Evan McPherson, and it felt like the Bengals were getting into somewhat of a rhythm. And then they followed that up on offense by going punt, halftime, fumble. And by then the game was long over. And let's flip it and go to the other side here. And defensively, it was just as bad. And I think coming into this game, that's what a lot of people expected, including myself, was that this defense would be able to step up. And even if the offense did struggle some, with Joe Burrow clearly less than 100%, that they would be able to make it work. Well, that wasn't the case. This defense gave up scores on 5 of their first 6 possessions that the Titans had, including 3 straight touchdowns at one point in the second quarter. And it really got out of hand really, really quickly. And it was a bunch of things. It was big plays. Ryan Tannehill connecting with DeAndre Hopkins for a 38-yard pass deep downfield, connecting with Chris Moore for a 44-yard pass deep downfield. Derrick Henry with a 29-yard touchdown run. Derrick Henry with a touchdown pass on the goal line. It was a little bit of everything. And where I start, and as I analyze this, and my instant reaction is offensively, this is been one of the worst stretches they've ever had, because they're not turning the ball over. It's not that. It's just lack of execution. It's just lack of, and I know some are talking about creativity, and I get it, but they're not even executing the easy stuff, and they're not moving the ball. And whether it's Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, who left the game today with a rib injury, hopefully it's not too serious. We'll see, but he didn't return, so we'll see there. But, yeah, there's a Pee Wee game going on behind me. We'll see how many touchdowns are scored. But, look, this Bengals team, I think, is searching. It's searching. And I think today they were expecting to come in here and play their game and grind out a win. And they came in here, they tried to play their game. It didn't work, and then the Titans just took it to them and beat them up. So my biggest takeaway, it's not just offense, defense. It's Zach Taylor on down. I think they're searching, and I think they're pretty surprised about what happened today. And how could you not be? I don't think anyone in here expected that. I got onto the elevator, taking it up to the press box, and literally someone said, and this is before the game, hey, tell Joe, as in Burrow, to go easy on us so none of our guys get fired. And it might have been a Titan staffer or someone that helps out on game day or whatever. But it was funny at the time. It was like, yeah, okay, who he was talking to. It wasn't talking to me. I don't want to name who he was talking to because, anyways, point is, that was the vibe coming into this game. And Ryan Tannehill had his best game of the season. Derrick Henry by far had his best game of the season against this defense. On the other side, Jeffrey Simmons and company just got after Arden Key. All these guys got after Joe Burrow. And even though he was only sacked 3 times, he was hit a lot. There were different blitzes that were working, and part of it is Joe isn't as mobile as he normally is. Part of it is losing T. Higgins certainly doesn't help. I think there's a lot wrong right now with this team and with this offense, and they have to figure it out. And I know some are saying, well, you can shut down Burrow or you can do this or that. You need to win. At 1-3, you need to win. And so I don't think that there's any reason why this team should be 1-3, and yet they're 1-3. So what do they have to do? They have to find a way to get a win next week. One of the other things that surprised me, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about next week, that surprised me today, though, was that Joe Burrow stayed in till the end. And you ask whether it's Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor, all of them, not really questioning it. Well, that's fine. I can question it. There's no way I would have left Joe Burrow in that game. And I know he likes the reps, and I know he wants all of that. I get it. I understand it. At the same time, why risk it? Why risk it? He's certainly battling. He was getting hit a decent amount. So I think that's That's concerning, is the amount of hits he had to take today. And by the way, I don't think it's all on the offensive line. I'm talking about blitzes. I mean, it was a variety of reasons why it happened, but it happened. And so their overall protection needs to get better, and that includes Burrow being able to read what's coming and protect himself on down. This team, no explosives. Jamar Chase clearly frustrated. We posted the video. Make sure you check it out. But he says, I'm always bleeping open. And he's frustrated. There's been a lack of big plays. And what's so weird is Joe Burrow started 4 for 4. 4 for 4 for 45 yards. They were rolling. They were way downfield. And then he completed 2 out of his next 9 for 11 yards. And one was a 1-yard loss on a dump off, and the other was a 12-yard pass to Jamar Chase. That was it. I mean, it was really, really rough. Burrow ended up completing 66% of his passes, but it was just, you know that this was not even close to what the offense needs to be, should be. They're averaging just over 12 points a game through 4 weeks. Joe Burrow afterwards saying, hey, this is the first quarter of the season. We obviously haven't played up to our standard. We have 3 more quarters to figure it out, but it needs to start right now. And so the other thing that was telling to me is Zach opened up his press conference with a statement saying how unacceptable it was, this performance. So we'll see. We'll see how this Bengals team responds, but I'm surprised at what we saw today. I'm surprised at the way this happened. I saw a path, certainly, for the Bengals to lose to the Titans, not in blowout, dominant fashion like they did. And so I think that that's, among anything else, the biggest surprise. As far as concerns go, look, this defense, it's been pretty rough. Pretty rough for this defense. And, yeah, they were really good on Monday night against the Rams. We'll see, though, because you really need this defense to take a step forward and be what you saw on Monday night, where they can be disruptive and they can lead you to wins. Like today felt like a day where the defense might need to lead the team to wins, and obviously that didn't happen, or lead the team to a win. And when it comes to Joe Burrow, I think that's just kind of lingering. You know, the calf, how well is it going to feel? How good is it going to feel today? How well will he be able to play with it? How confident will he be in it? I think it's just rinse, repeat, and we're going to be talking about it for a while. But I do think that they're going to have to figure out some things. I do think it's going to be Joe Burrow at quarterback next week in Arizona, and we will see if T. Higgins can suit up for that game. Now we're on T-Watch. I mean, they need every weapon they can get right now, and if without T, this offense, it makes it that much harder for an offense that's already struggling. So we're going to have you covered wire to wire. Make sure you check out whether it's Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, Ted Karras. Plenty of reactions here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I also have a ton at allbengals.com. So for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, where the Pee Wee football game has ended. I wonder who won. I bet there were more touchdowns scored in that game. For Andrew, I'm James Rapien, where the Bengals lose 27-3 to the Tennessee Titans here at Nissan Stadium.